Hey everybody, Seth with Everyman Prepping here. How's everybody doing today? It's going to be a short video today. We're just going to touch on about 3 things that I find really important, super interesting, also kind of amazing as to what's going on and trying to figure out what the heck is going on in this world. One is the Ukraine invasion of Russia. So we're going to talk about that and give you some ideas. I'd love to hear your opinion. And then we're going to talk about how crazy the UK has given and give you a story from a subscriber of this channel and what he's experiencing. And then lastly, just a couple more financial tidbits about what's going on in the United States. So without further ado, please hit that like, subscribe button, share the video, comment below, all that great stuff. And let's go ahead and check out this first story here. And as you know, Ukraine basically invaded the Kursk region of Russia, a couple of days ago, yesterday. And they're 20, 30 kilometers into Russia right now. And it's the northern part. We're going to go through a map here in a little bit. But as you can see from this post here, it says residents of the Kursk town of Lgov are leaving their homes en masse. The AFU, that's the Ukrainian units, Armed Forces of Ukraine, they're 30 kilometers away from the town. That's like 18 miles. And you can see them leaving here. So if you don't know, in this Kursk region, which let me go ahead and get the map here. So here's Kiev in the bottom left over here. You can see I got Kursk, or my mouse circling it. So you go northeast and you got the Kursk region over here. And Ukraine in this lower right-hand corner, lower corner here is where they invaded. So this is the first time, Russia's been invaded in 70 years, since World War II. What is Ukraine doing? Ukraine can't take back the regions in the south here. They can't take back any of these regions. They can't take back Crimea, Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, Kherson over here. They can't take any of these regions back. They're losing ground. So they decide to invade. It's kind of crazy, and they've actually made some decent push. As you can see from this little part here where they're showing the arrows going in is this section right here. It's right here. So obviously look here, Ukraine yellow, Russia purple, blue icons are Ukrainian troops, red Russian, you can kind of see, but you can see the yellow lines, that's all their advances. They kind of did a blitzkrieg. They passed up Russian units. They attacked some, passed some, just went right by the fortifications and went deep. They went fast. It's a tactic. Russia's usually slow to maneuver, slow to react in their normal military reactions, so they blew past them. And they're still in there now. Russia still hasn't pushed them out. So what is Ukraine doing? What are they trying to do? Obviously, they're not going to try to take over Russia. This is going to be handled by Russia probably the next day or so, and they're going to be all these troops are in here are either going to have to retreat or they're going to end up no longer existing. Here's another post and video showing that the Ukrainian army has taken Russian soldiers prisoner. They say 50 here were taken prisoner. There's videos of tanks and personnel carriers on both sides being destroyed. All that going on. So, what is, let me go back to the map. What is Ukraine doing here? They know they're not going to stay there. They know they're not going to win. They can't push Russia out of the southern regions. So my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours, my opinion is Ukraine is just trying to get Russia to go nuts. They're trying to cross so many red flags, push so many of Putin's buttons that they want a tactical nuke to go off. They want Russia to carpet bomb and level Kiev, kind of like what Israel did to Gaza. That way, NATO has no choice but to come in. Zelensky, I think, is thinking the only way they're getting Russia out of the southern portion, the only way they're getting Russia out from down here, let me back up, from Crimea and the southern 4 territories, is to have NATO come in. They had the F-16 came in, and you saw maybe some of them flying over here bombing stuff. I don't know. It's to draw attention. This town here, Sunni, it's been attacked recently a lot by the Russians. I don't think this is an attack to protect them. Like I said, I think it's a way to piss the Russians off, piss Putin off enough that he does something so unthinkable that NATO has to get involved. That's all I can really come up with going here, because it's kind of ridiculous that you have Ukraine invading Russia. This is basically a suicide mission. These troops, they said they put 1,000 troops in there. Who knows how many of them are going to make it out alive? They might all perish. I don't know. Does Russia take the bait? Putin looked pretty pissed off in the briefings you saw on video that they put out. He didn't look happy, so maybe he does do something. But I believe that's what they're trying to do. They want their nuclear war. They want their leveling of Kiev, just so NATO comes in, because I think, Ukraine's feeling left out by seeing the reaction of the United States to Israel and Iran. I know we're all waiting for Iran to do something, and the U.S. has flown tons of assets in the area. Marines, ships, Air Force, whatever, they're all down there ready, raring to go. and to join the fight. So I think Zelensky's like, why don't you join the fight up here? Why don't you join the fight against Russia? And this is what I think he's trying to do. But put in your comments below what you think. This could escalate into something crazy if they get Putin to react the right way. Maybe he takes it slow and just pushes them back out. Maybe he does overreact. We shall see. So that's the crazy thing going on there. We have to keep our eyes on this for sure. And these are the troops. Now this is the other thing. So in the United Kingdom, they're now arresting citizens for retweeting or reposting anything that's deemed hateful. And not just hateful, I know that's what it says here, but it's also inaccurate. If you retweet something that's inaccurate, they're going to come arrest you. And we have a follower, a subscriber of this channel, and they live in the UK, and he gives me some intel. And so I asked him today, hey, is this really going on, or is this just fake news? He said, no, they are arresting people. They're going door to door. If you put on something on Facebook or X or Instagram, and if it's hateful, they think it's hateful. Hateful meaning anything anti-immigrant is hateful. Anything. If you're not supportive, all for it, you're hateful. Also, if you happen to put some misinformation out on purpose, or even if you just reposted something you thought was true, you trusted the source, and it went out, they're coming for you. So, basically UK, you remember that movie, London Has Fallen? Well, UK has fallen. So, I told him, I said, hey, you got to be ready to do those things. You're going to have to take your country back because obviously you're not the people the government are protecting. And if they're going to, it's not a dystopian movie. They're living in one right now, but that's not what it is. It's real life. People are getting arrested for this stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but UK is becoming a very dangerous place. So good luck to my subscriber out there, everybody else from there. Hopefully you can get hold of the situation and turn around, because that's pretty scary actually. Lastly, let's end up on this here, some financial stuff. We talked about, the stock market crashing. We have a dead cat bounce here the last day or so. I think it's going to fall further past that. This is what like I said, they just call it a dead cat bounce. But this came out. Credit card debt hits a record $1.14 trillion. And I posted this a little earlier. I said, this debt will never get repaid. There will be bailouts for the banks that hold this debt. Because if you look, 2019, 20, we're going up. This is right before, COVID lockdowns. Then during the lockdowns, we got all the stimmy money. Everybody had money. No one went out. No one ate out. No one used their credit card. So, yeah, it went really low. But look at that spike up. Well past the level in 2019. You would think it would have taken longer. If you drew a line here, a line between these two here, if they had a steady rate, maybe you end up here now. But look how high we are. Maybe you should be, the steady rate, about this high or so. And that's like 1 trillion, I don't know, we're 100 billion higher. People are losing jobs now. Inflation's still up. Credit cards are being maxed. This is not getting repaid. People are going to start defaulting on this. I don't know what the rate of defaults are, but it's going to start happening high. And then banks are going to have that on their losses. It's going to be on their balance sheet. So they're going to have to get bailed out. Where's that money come from? They're going to have to print it, which is going to then basically backfire on them. We'll see. But this is not a good sign. People are hurting bad. If this is happening, people are really hurting bad. Then banks are going to hurt bad. And then the recession goes into that. And as I pointed out many times, this here, we're almost at level 0.05, 5 basis points negative between the 10 2-year yield spread. Like I said, just said recently, when that goes positive, every time after it goes positive, we have a recession. We're almost there, so it's coming. So get ready for that. For those of you that say nothing ever happens, nothing's going to happen, well, that indicator says a recession is going to happen. It's happening now. The UK probably thought nothing ever happens. You never get arrested for putting out a post, putting out a Facebook thing, speaking your mind. That's happening there. And of course, the Iran thing, waiting for those that say nothing happens. And whoever thought Ukraine would invade Russia, right? So we got to see all that play out. I'd love to hear your opinions on all this stuff. Keep hammering away, doing what you're doing, because things are going to change here pretty quickly. Both financial here in the United States, military abroad, and we don't know if some of these people are going to retaliate against the United States for the assistance they're giving in all these wars here at home. So always keep that in mind. That's all I have for now. Hopefully you got something out of this. Until next time, keep your ear to the ground, head on a swivel.